Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hudson Valley School of Prayer Zoom tutorial. We are using the Zoom video conferencing platform for our school, and that gives us the opportunity to not only converse with you face-to-face, but also record the meeting and put it on YouTube for others who can't be here at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I want to run through a few things real quickly with you. If you'll notice, in the invite that we sent you, there are 6 dates there, all happening at 10 o'clock in the morning. We've also included there for you a link to join the Zoom meeting from your computer. Please make note of the password. You will probably need that to get into the meeting. If you don't have a computer and you're joining by phone, you can call that number there on the screen, whichever one is closest to you. Or you can, if you look down at the bottom of that invite there, you'll see find your local number, and you can also look for a number that's closer to you. Some of you are using iPads and iPhones, which I'm not familiar with, but I noticed that there are different ways to connect through your iPad and iPhone. You may want to try that. Now, for PC and Android use, I've included a video introduction for those of you who are new to Zoom and never been on Zoom before. It's called Joining a Zoom Call for the First Time. And this is a very good introductory video, and I hope you can check that out. You'll need to download the Zoom app to your device, and that will happen automatically. That is, there'll be steps given to you if you click on the link, click on the link. If you click on the link that we sent you with this invite to join the meeting, it'll walk you through some steps to get the Zoom app. There's also a link there to 7 tips for using Zoom on an iPad or iPhone. Since I can't give you any because I don't know about that, that might be helpful for you. Once you have connected to the meeting, there are a few things that we want to run through with you to help us to use this tool effectively. First thing to notice is that when you join the meeting, your device will be muted. And that's so that we avoid having a whole lot of shuffling going on until you're actually ready to get on in. So when you are ready to join in, unmute and say hi, everyone, or let us know that you're connecting. If you have no audio, you won't get a response from us, or we'll let you know somehow that we can't hear you. In that case, you want to click on the up arrow by the microphone icon and select another microphone to use. To avoid feedback, make sure there's only one device accessing the meeting in the same room, or at least only one device unmuted. All the others have to be muted or not there at all. Otherwise, we get feedback and it's crazy. Try to reduce surrounding unnecessary noise in the room or from your location. Right now, outside of this office door, we have an oxygen concentrator running, so I have the door closed. And if you listen carefully, you might still hear the concentrator, but I've reduced the noise as much as possible, and thankfully there are no dogs barking outside or mowers running, so we're good to go. Now, once the presentation begins, the lesson for the morning begins, I will mute everyone, and that's just to make sure that we don't have competing noises and everybody can concentrate on what's being said. If you have a question or you want to make a comment, you can unmute yourself quickly by just pressing the space bar on your computer, or however else you unmute your device, whatever it is. If you're on a phone, of course, I would have to unmute you to hear you. So that would be a particular situation, and it might really limit your participation. We also want you to make sure that your video is running, and that should happen just when you connect, because I have the meeting set up so that everyone who enters, their video is on. But if for some reason your picture is not on the screen, you go to that little icon down there on the left. It looks like a camera, and you click on that. The red line should disappear, and we should see your smiling face. There are two different views with Zoom. One is a gallery view, and one is a speaker view. In this picture that we have here, it's the gallery view, and George in the upper center is speaking, so his window is highlighted. If you choose the speaker view, which is helpful for, let's say, for when I'm making a presentation or giving a lesson, that box, the speaker's box, goes large and all the others go small, and so you can see more clearly what is being said or being shared. If you have a question or a comment to offer, you can click on the chat button here, and that'll open up a pop window where you can type out or write out a message to myself or anybody else in the room. You can tell if there's a message there that you haven't read, because a number will show up on that, in that little chat icon there or beside it, if there's an unanswered message there for you. Screen sharing is also available. That's what I'm doing here in this video. And if you have something that you would want to share with the classroom in terms of a picture or a drawing or some kind of a writing of some sort, we can show you how to do that, and you can share that with the group. We have two reactions that you can select by clicking on this little reactions icon down here. One is a thumbs up. If you're agreeing with what is being said, there's a yay, hand clapping going on there. You don't have any negative reactions available there. I guess you'll have to do that some other way if you disagree or you're having a bad time with something that's being shared. We will be recording every meeting because we want to share this on YouTube and invite people to interact that way as well. Please note, if there's something confidential that you share with the group, we can easily edit that out of the YouTube video so that that remains confidential to the group experience on Wednesday morning. At times, we will have people going into breakout rooms. This is a smaller groupings of the participants, and it's usually just for a few minutes to discuss some question or some key point or scripture, and then we would bring you back in to the meeting. How to look better on Zoom. This is a tough one for me because I never look better, right? Maybe you feel the same way, but there are three key things. One is that you want better front lighting. On the picture here that we've sent with this, the guy on the left is dark because his lighting is behind him and above him. On the right, he's in clear view because his lighting is from the front. Now, I always have problems with that because of my glasses and my shiny forehead, but I'm sure that as you work with it, it'll turn out a whole lot better. You also want to raise your camera on your computer to at or just above eye level, and you want to look at the camera when you're speaking. In our North American context, this is important for communicating integrity and earnestness. So as much as possible, when we're thoughtful, we look off to the side, or when we're processing something, we might not look right at the camera, but that's okay. But when you can, look straight at the camera, and that way we can see your wonderful, beautiful face. Well, that completes our tutorial for this morning. We're so happy that you're interested in the Hudson Valley School of Prayer, and we look forward to having you with us on our journey over the next 12 to 14 months.